up, everyone? This is Vaughn Levi from Building Beats, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a J.Dilla style beat. As you can see, the t-shirt, Donuts Are Forever, so we're going to make it something donut-esque in Soundtrap. I'm hyped. You should be hyped too. Let's get into it. So as you can see here, I have the track pulled up on the screen. It's not a lot going on. I have some Rhodes. I have a Rhodes hook, a Rhodes verse. I have bass, kick, snare, and a hi-hat. Dilla likes to do a lot of sampling. I'm not sampling today. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this program called Chord Player to create jazzy style chords for this beat. All right. So here's how the beat sounds. Very simple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I came up with the chords for the beat. Let's do it. So this is Chord Player. This is the software that I use to create the chords for the beat. It's very easy to use, and I'm going to just go over how I came up with these chords. So the first thing I did is I went to the instruments and I changed it to Rhodes. J.Dilla is known for using Rhodes in a lot of his beats, so I just went ahead and chose a Rhodes. Now the style is how the chords are going to be played. There are a bunch of ways they can be played: basic, pop, if you scroll down, dance, swing. I just wanted it just to play once, so when you hit the chord, it'll play one time. All right. So the next thing is I went to the scale and I chose the F scale and major. So it's an F major scale. I wanted some happy chords. Major chords are usually happy, and J.Dilla has a jazzy happy style, and these are the chords I picked up. Now, it's fairly easy. I used my keyboard to come up with these chords on the laptop, and what I did is I hit X, C, V, B, X, C, V, and M. And that is my hook. Verse is V, C, C again, and then V. I'm going to delete the chords here, and I'm going to bring down G, and I want it just to be one step. So I'm going to go to edit, and it has duration. Basically, that's how long it's going to be. I just want it to be for one note. Well, actually, 2 is fine. I'm going to have it on 2. And I'm going to bring down A. Same duration. 2. 2. Change this to 2. Pull the G again. I'm just repeating the chord. Close. Edit. So it's basically the same chords until the last note. And then I'm gonna pull this E down, and then it'll be incorporation of 2. So what I want to do next is I'm going to export these and drag them into Soundtrap. So I'm going to hit this little folder button here, and I'm going to go to export MIDI file. So what this is going to do is it's going to create these chords into a MIDI file. It'll be a blank file where I can change any of the instruments to my liking. So I'm going to change this MIDI file to a Rode instrument inside of Soundtrap. So I'm going to hit OK. And I want to keep the bass notes. What they do is they give you the chords and the bass. And the reason why I keep the bass is because it's easier to make a bass line when I do this. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go to import track down here. Import file. Check files. I'm going to go to my downloads. Here are my chords. I'm going to open it. And these are my Rhodes. So let's give them a listen. Let's see how they sound with the drums. Perfect. So the easiest way to start messing with this track is, what I did is I just made a new track, made a keyboard track. I'm going to highlight this track, and then I'm going to just create a copy of it. So if you're going to make a copy on a PC, you're gonna hit the Alt button. If you're making a copy on a Mac, you're gonna hit the Option button. So I'm using a Mac, I'm gonna hit Option. I'm gonna just drag this down. Now I have a full copy of this track. What I wanna do now is I'm gonna edit some of these notes in the piano roll. So I'm gonna hit Edit, and this is how I created my bass line. So I'm gonna go up top, and I'm going to highlight all of these notes. And I'm going to keep these notes, and this is going to be my bass line. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the instrument. And the way you change the instrument is you just hit this icon on the side. I'm going to go to bass. Let's go to acoustic. Let's see where the basses are. There's one bass in there that I really like. I just use this lo-fi bass. Double click. This is what it sounds now with the drums. I'm gonna solo my bass line. So this bass line is a little bit different from the original one, but I just wanted to use this as an example to show you how to create a copy of the track. All right, so I'm going to delete these. And the next thing I did was I created a verse for my beat, and this is the verse. And the way I did that is the same exact way is I created the hook. I used the chord player. So I'm going to go back to the chord player. I'm going to edit all. I'm going to delete all chords. And those chords are here. So it is V, and C. So let's give it a listen. And I just dragged them, and I had them play the whole duration, which is 4 notes. Let's give it a shot. All right, same process. I'm going to hit this folder, export MIDI file. I want the bass chords. I'm gonna hit OK. And now I have the track in my downloads. I'm gonna go back to Soundtrap. I'm gonna hit import file. Go to downloads. This is my verse. And let's see how it sounds. All right. Next thing I want to do is get into the drums. All I did was create the drums without using the Patterns Beat Maker, and I'll show you how to get into that now. Here is the kick drum that I have, and this is what it sounds like by itself. Sounds a little off, but it has a groove of a actual drum player, right? So the easiest way to do this is you're gonna open up your drum track, and I just picked a lo-fi drum kit because it has a boom bap style sound to it. And I just hit the A button. This is the kick drum, and I turn on my metronome, and I hit play, and I just listen to the metronome for a while just to come up with a groove. And once I have a groove in my head, I'm going to record it. I'm gonna hit record, and here we go. Cool, there we go. So here is the drums. Cool, pretty easy. So the next thing I did was I created the snare drum, and with the snare, I did a little bit of the same thing. I just followed the kick drum once I had the kick drum. So here's my copy, and I used this shaker and the snare, and together this is what they sound like. So that is D and Q. Cool. So that is how I created the snare. So the last and final thing is the hi-hat. The hi-hat is the same exact thing. All I did was just open up the hi-hat and played it like a drummer would do in this track right here. So let's get into it. So here's my hi-hat. I'm gonna make a duplicate of it. All right, so that is how you make a jazzy J.Dilla style beat in Soundtrap. Yo, what's up everybody? Thank you for watching me create a J.Dilla style beat in Soundtrap. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you ever want to connect with Building Beats and consume more of our content, make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Building Beats, and check us out on our website at www.buildingbeats.org. Again, my name is Vaughn Levi. Thank you for watching. See you soon.